Hey guys, and welcome back to the Pennies to Pounds podcast with your host Kia. And this is a podcast where we aim to dispel your myths, simplify difficult financial jargon, and rectify your own personal problems. Welcome back. We are back with another amazing episode as always, and with an amazing guest. This one today is going to be one that everyone wants. You know, we've had the COVID pandemic. We have been indoors, locked up, shout out to Akon, for about 2 years now. So everyone wants to be free. Everyone wants to break free and see the world as they probably would have missed out on for the last 2 years of COVID. So to help us talk more about that, I have my amazing guest with me. Guest, who are you?
I'm Jazz.
Whoop, whoop. So Jazz, what do you do?
So I do food and travel content, but mainly travel. So like I am put into the category of like lifestyle.
See, you really are. And I think for anyone watching or listening, I'm pretty sure your videos will come up on people's For You pages at least once. Like, I know you have come up routinely. You are the person who let me know, I can't remember what country it was, that, you know, their restrictions had changed. And I was like, oh, girl,
I was that girl
you.
in COVID. Like, it's so funny because, like, when I go out, like, partying, and people's like, oh, my gosh, thank you. Like, you got me that cheap holiday. And I'm like, you're welcome.
See?
But no, it's nice. It's nice to be like known for something like positive.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a nice feeling, especially when people recognize you and people appreciate what you've done to help them. I think that's really nice. But let's talk about you. So how did we get to the babe who loves food and travel, but especially travel? How did this come about?
So I've actually been like traveling from like very, very young. Like it's just something that my like parents used to take me on a lot of holidays. Like all my baby pictures of me on holiday,
really,
like eating watermelons and stuff. So I've always been like a travel babe. But I think it's during lockdown. I had always kind of posted travel content and food content, but like not properly. Like it was just like, you know how Instagram used to be back in the day, where it's just you post anything and anything goes. And it was kind of in lockdown. I was like, what was it? Clubhouse. There was like a room it was like an influencer room. And they said, if you're not on TikTok, you're not taking content creation seriously.
In that room.
So that day I created TikTok and my first TikTok went viral. So I was like, okay. And then it like turned into me like getting invited to lots of restaurants, getting invited to try out food. So then it just kind of started from there. So then that's when I kind of started to say, okay, let me take this a little bit more seriously. So it was kind of in lockdown, which I think a lot of people kind of started properly creating content in lockdown, where I actually was kind of serious about it.
That is amazing. Now, on the topic of food, I have to ask you, where is, I should say, the best restaurant you've ever been to?
In the world or in London?
In London, girl. Okay. We're trying to get the recommendations.
Okay. I have like top 2 in London, and they are super like, they're not the Hackersands, they're not the Novikovs. It's this restaurant called Bay Leaf. Ooh. It's in North London. It's an Indian restaurant. Absolutely amazing. I have never tasted food that good.
Really?
As in, like, I dream about that food. I want to go back. Like, when I know it's a good restaurant, I'll be invited there for PR, and then I'll say, I'll actually pay for this.
Wow.
Yeah. And there was another Filipino restaurant. Oh, I can't remember what it was called though. It's in Kensington.
It's not Casa and Kin, is it?
It's Casa and Kin's sister restaurant, Romulo Cafe.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Romulo Cafe.
Nice.
What? Hey, that food, yeah? No, that food was
really
serious. And it's so nice because it's like native Filipino people eating the food there.
That's when you know it's good.
That's when you know that food is hitting, because that food.
Those 2 are now on my list. Yeah. I'm going to go there.
The Bay Leaf one is a bit out the way if you live kind of far, but do you know what? Take the drive, because
it's worth it. You're saying it.
Yeah.
Okay, we've heard it here first. You're saying it. Now let's move on to travel.
Yeah.
So you have traveled a lot, and you may not know the exact number for this, but I want to know, how many countries have you been to? Because I don't know if you know, you can buy like these maps where you can like scratch out the countries that you've been to.
Okay, I need to do that.
So I've been to a lot of countries, but my dad's been to more. So for Christmas or one of them, I bought him that map.
Okay.
He scratched out like half the map.
Wow.
He's been so many different places. Yeah. But I wonder if you know how many places you've been to.
Gosh. So I actually don't know. I try to do 10 a year.
Wow.
So that's my aim, is to do 10 a year. So I would say, oh gosh, maybe I've been to like 50 cities. Maybe like 40, 50 cities. The thing is, I visit a lot of the countries like repetitively, but I go to different cities. So countries wise, it might be quite like, not small, but maybe in the 30s, but cities wise, it's definitely like Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I've been to Jamaica like 11 times. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you see what I mean.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like,
I get what you're saying. So where has been your favorite city to be then?
Favorite holiday, would probably be Barbados.
Okay. Yeah. I can imagine. I haven't been to Barbados myself personally, but
Barbados
I've been to other places in Caribbean.
is expensive.
Is it?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Barbados is not a cheap holiday at all.
Like, how much do you reckon you need if you went for like 5 days?
I went for a week. I went for my birthday this year on a solo trip. It's obviously more expensive because I went by myself.
Yeah.
It was actually like gifted a little bit from my dad. So yeah, shout out to my dad.
Shout out to Pops.
Yeah, because no, it was expensive. But I think it was around like 2,000 something.
For 7 days?
But for like six nights by myself.
Yeah.
And that was no breakfast included in that hotel room. Breakfast was £30. £30 for a buffet breakfast.
Oh my
gosh. Like cabs are like $50 return. So like you've got to jump in like the local taxis that are like the kind of shuttle buses, but they're so safe and they're like £1 a trip. Because I was by myself and like my other friend there, she was like, don't take them. So I was taking taxis, and then I was like, do you know what? My money is
Can't afford that.
My money is going on these taxis for such a short trip. So I said, let me get on and I was getting on the buses and it was perfect.
I can imagine.
And quicker than the taxis.
Oh
and more efficient. So yeah, I would say Barbados is one of my favourite. What else have I liked?
I probably would say Hong Kong was really good. Went to Hong Kong. That was really good.
And that's the issue that I have, because I done athletics for so much of my life. I haven't been able to travel long haul as much as I would like to. So I haven't been able to do the Thailands and the Bali.
They are long
that's
though.
What I want to do.
They are very long.
Yeah.
Hong Kong was 17 hours and I get travel sick. So that was 17 hours of hell for me.
Oh gosh.
But I did it and it was
like
worth
I want to
it.
do the Japans. I want to do that, but I just don't have the time.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And like, you can't take that much annual leave.
No, I can imagine.
So
it's a lot.
Where is the time coming from?
Yeah. So I want to ask you, when it comes to getting cheap travel, what are some of your tips? Because anyone can just jump on your socials and we see, I think one of your videos that popped up for me as well was, I think you gave, was it free holidays? You will know better. Was it free holidays? It was to do with Spain. Like it was holidays under £300.
Oh yeah. So it'll probably be either where you can travel in August for under £50, where you can travel for under £100, or all-inclusive holidays in August for under, I think it was £500.
Yeah. See, look, all of those you're listing, that is crazy. Yeah. So give us some of your top tips when it comes to actually like finding cheap travel.
Okay, so finding cheap travel, you have to have flexible dates. So you can't, if you want to travel on set dates, you're probably not going to find something for cheap. What I'm doing now is I actually just book one-way flights.
Sorry?
Yeah, it's very risky. And it's just fun. Like I'm doing a Europe.
Who?
Me. So yeah, if I want to do like, I want to travel for a period of time and I want to have fun and I want to do it kind of a cheap way, I'll book a one-way flight to somewhere, and then from there I'll go on Google Flights, I'll go on the Explore, and I'll see where the next cheap destination is from there, and then I'll go there, and then from there I'll do the same thing over and over again. Like, because it's like when you leave the UK airports are expensive to get flights from. As soon as you leave the UK, you don't understand how cheap it is. Like there was a flight that I looked for my mum from like France to like Madrid, and it was £11.
£11
in August.
That's crazy.
£11 in August.
Oh my
but
gosh.
obviously, because everyone has these kind of set dates, most people are teachers, which I can understand. They have like very regimental dates. It's hard to find cheap trips, but I would say try and travel like out of season time when the kids are in school. You can travel on some like summer holidays for kind of cheaper, but you've got to have flexible dates and kind of just risk it with those one-way flights.
What's been the cheapest holiday you've been on? Because I'm trying to think for myself, because I like to pride myself as much as I can to get like a cheap holiday. You know, I always feel a bit better. I'm like, yeah, see, this is a great time. I didn't spend loads of money on it. But what's the cheapest holiday you've been on?
Probably the cheapest I've been on was probably when I went to Croatia.
Okay.
I went to Split, Croatia. That was cheap. I stayed in like the Radisson Blu for like £120 per person. I went with my little cousin.
Yeah.
So I went, £120. Uber's around about £1, £2.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
It had a beach club attached to the hotel, so you didn't have to pay for beach club or beds. We had breakfast included. So, and the flights there, I think I got the flights for about £50.
Oh, that is so good.
Return, yeah, because we went in like September, just after the kind of peak season. So I'd say probably that was one of my cheapest trips. I've done Amsterdam, like Amsterdam,
nice.
but that wasn't that cheap. It was quite cheap. It was like £190 for flight and hotel.
That's decent.
For 3 nights. That was okay.
Yeah.
Just like a city break.
Because I did a one day trip, so literally went in the morning, came in the evening to Amsterdam, and I paid £88. So considering your price,
I can't do the 1 day trips.
I can't like that. That is made for a special type of person, and I'm not that person. But I did it, and I can say I did it, and I'm never gonna do it again.
Yeah, no, that's just
Never
too
gonna do it
much.
again.
At least make it a night.
Yeah, I know.
Because the 1 day trips, by the time you go to the airport,
And I drove there as well.
oh, drove to the airport.
So I literally picked up
for the parking.
Yeah, it was me and my 2 friends. I picked up with my friends, drove to the airport. I drove to the airport. We flew at like 6 a.m. Got there, yay, we're there. And then I'm the one saying, guys, we need to get back. Our flight soon. Let's get back on the train, go back to the airport.
Yeah, I would say at least do a night. Even if you like do a night in an Airbnb on like a massive bed and all 3 of you just crash on the bed.
That's true.
It's still like, it will work out cheaper.
Yeah.
But yeah, finding cheap travel isn't as hard, but that's people don't know how to find it. And that's why my travel consultation service comes in handy, because people just come and ask me
That's good.
to book them trip. Well, that's the thing. I don't book them. I just advise them.
Give them...
So I'm not a travel agent, because when your flight gets cancelled, I don't want people to come to me and be shouting down the phone.
Yeah.
So I just advise them on where to go, how they can get this flight for cheap. I put the links, I put the hotels, I put the Airbnbs, I put the recommendations. And
the way you put it is like, if I come to you and say, I want to go on holiday for my birthday, would you suggest places to go, or would I say like I want to go to a certain country?
it depends. So they could say to me, some of my clients say to me, oh, like I want to go somewhere cheap and like by the beach. Do you have anywhere you could recommend? And I'll say, I'll send you a list of a few places that I can think of, and then I'll create you a travel pack. And then some people are like, I want to go to Cancun on this date and this many people, and can you plan me a trip? And I'll say, of course.
Oh, amazing. So what kind of person are you on holiday? Because I know you know we have different types of people on holiday. The organised person who's up super early, the person who just wants to lie in. What kind of person are you on holiday?
I'm a bit of, okay, so I'm like, we're not going to be lying down in bed all day, because I didn't come and spend my coin to be lying down like I could do in my own bed in London. But also I'm not super like, come on, get up. Like we need to be up for breakfast and then just enjoy the day. I'm a big sunbather, so I love sunbathing, but I also like exploring. So I'm a bit of the between.
Nice.
I can't say I'm a massive on the partying.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind it, but we can do it a night or two. But
but not the entire
I don't
trip.
think I could do Ibiza again. Because that was intense, and the sleep lost.
The lack of sleep, because
I
only
went
went
to recover.
I know. I only went for Murky Fest, and that was 2 days. And I remember day 2, I said I'm done. How people do like Afro Nation 4 days, all of these things, more than 2. Second day, I said I'm ready. I'm ready to just retire from this. And I don't do party holidays. My first ever one, and I said
Yeah,
first
I went
and
to Ibiza a couple of years ago. It was lit, because I managed to get most things for free.
Oh,
I
brilliant.
don't know how, because I actually didn't have that many followers then, but
Brilliant.
anyway. But the exhaustion. Oh, God.
It's a lot, isn't it?
No.
Because you're up late, waking up early. Oh, it's just...
You're up late partying, and then you got to wake up early to go to the next beach
Yeah,
club.
oh.
And then you're there all day, and then you've got to go out in the night.
There is a lot of debate between, when you go on holiday, should you just go for standard booking my flights, booking accommodation and carry on and book everything else? Or should you look for an all-inclusive package? So some people think it's better value for money, you get everything included, you get food, drinks, you don't have to worry about it, you got all the amenities in a hotel. Whereas other people think, not necessarily always the money, but a big thing is if you have all inclusive, you're kind of tethered to the hotel. A lot of people don't, and some people do go on holiday just to be in their hotel, but they're abroad. But you're kind of tethered to it. Is it really the local cuisine? Could you go out and try other things? What would you say, in your opinion?
I think it depends on where you're going.
Okay.
So, let's say, for example, when I went to Ghana, we didn't get all inclusive because I want to eat Ghanaian food outside, if you see what I mean. So, majority of the time, it depends what type of holiday. If you want a chill holiday, if you are really stressed and you just want to chill, get all inclusive, because that means you can just chill. All your food, your drinks and XYZ is there. But if you want to explore, I wouldn't really recommend all inclusive, because it just kind of means that you're kind of rushing back to get food at the hotel because you're like, oh, I paid for that, so I want to get back. And it kind of doesn't give you the opportunity to explore and really taste all the different foods, because obviously they're just like the hotel, chef, so they're not going to be able to cook everything. So if you really want to explore different cuisines, really like get a feel for the country and the vibe, I would definitely say don't get all inclusive. Maybe just get bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
But if you want to chill, you want to relax on vacation, you just want to get drunk. You just want to lay back, get all inclusive. Because I do a bit of both. I love it all inclusive because I can wake up at 10 and I can get a cocktail. 4, 5, 10, 20. Like, it's a great way if you want to get waved for cheap. So like if I'm like, yeah, come on, let's just get drunk this holiday. Let's just get all inclusive because we can get 500 shots and no one can tell me anything.
That is 500. You know, that is very true. That is very true.
Yeah, because there's no limit. If you see what I mean.
Yeah.
There's no limit unless you go to one of the cheap all-inclusive hotels, which is really important to actually check that you're going to a either all-inclusive or ultra all-inclusive and there's no kind of barriers, because some would say, oh, you're going to have to pay an extra £2 to have like a branded vodka, if you see what I mean. Otherwise, they'll just give you their country's own vodka. Yeah. So making sure like you go checking it's ultra all-inclusive, which means absolutely everything is included. Snacks, breakfast, lunch, snacks in between that, food trucks, room service, is all included, because some all-inclusive say they're all-inclusive. Then you get there and it's actually like, oh, well, no, that's not included. And it's like, well,
you don't want that. You know, you think everything's included.
But yeah, I'm an advocate for both. So I actually don't have a preference.
You don't have a preference.
Depending the vibe.
Where you're going.
Yeah.
Okay. What's been the best all-inclusive you've been to? I know you've been to quite a few.
Best all-inclusive. I went to a really good one in Turkey. Like, I think Turkey is just a great gem.
Is it? It's on my list.
Oh, yeah,
it's on
Turkey.
my list.
So I went to Bodrum and I went to Antalya as well. I think I preferred the Antalya hotel. I don't know if I stayed in the wrong hotel in Bodrum. Like, I stayed in a Hilton, and it was like the same. I stayed in a Hilton also in Antalya, but the food in Antalya is much better. And it's so funny because I done a TikTok on it, and I saw so many people going there after.
Is it?
Hilton.
Trendsetter.
Hilton, that was good. Jamaica Hilton. My parents just came back from Jamaica, and they was there for a while. And their all-inclusive looked wicked, and I was thinking, I need to go there because I haven't been to Jamaica in a long time. But yeah, Jamaica, but I need to go to Mexico because I've heard they're all-inclusive.
Mexico. So I've been to Mexico. Yeah. Didn't do all-inclusive, but I've been to Mexico. Mexico is so good.
Where did you go? Cancun or Tulum? Or?
No, I actually went to somewhere called Cozumel.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's like on the boat. You take the ferry.
All the local food. So cheap. It was so good and it was so cheap.
I love Mexican food.
Yeah, so do I. And it was just so, it was great. It was great. And all like the little markets and stuff, everything was so cheap. I was buying like,
I've had so many trips planned to Mexico, and then my flight, I've cancelled my flight. Like, one of them was like one of my birthdays, like deep in COVID times. My mum was like, you're not flying. People are dying. And I was like, okay.
Fair. Yeah, I think that makes total sense.
Yeah, well, I didn't say okay. I was not very happy about it. But, you know,
said fine.
I didn't mind now because I actually still have the flight vouchers to this day. And
you can use them whenever you want now.
Exactly.
Just sitting waiting for you. So now, what would be your top 2 or 3 tips that you give to anyone when it comes to looking for cheap? Not necessarily cheap, because, you know, when we use the word cheap, sometimes it's not good. But, you know, the lowest price possible, but good travel, whether it's accommodation, flights, or combination of both.
So tip number 1 would be to not use like third-party providers. So like go directly, like don't disregard like the British Airways Holidays Finder and the EasyJet like holidays and solo holidays, because they actually have very good deals, and a lot of them include luggage, which will save you those extra costs on what you can't take, like the 23 kg. Be flexible with your dates, and travel outside of peak times. And also, sorry, that one was kind of like joined. Book one-way flights.
I think this is a very risk, like, you know.
It's not.
Do you not think so?
Okay, so you book a one-way flight. So let's say I was going to Madrid. I book a one-way flight to Madrid. I don't have a return date. This is if you have time, right?
Yeah, okay.
From Madrid, you then can book a flight to somewhere else.
Then what do you do with accommodation?
You find it. Booking.com is there. Airbnb is there.
Okay.
Yeah, but literally, you can find a flight from, let's say, for example, right now, a return flight, when I was looking earlier, is probably about £270 from here to south of France. Okay. £300.
Yeah.
That is extortionate.
I didn't want to say it, but you said
That's extortionate. You can find south of France for about £50 return. So what I would do is I would book a one-way flight to, I don't know, Madrid.
Okay.
You Madrid could be £50 one-way flight.
Okay.
Then Madrid to Nice could be about £20. And then Nice back home could be about £90. That's cheaper than your
That
300.
is cheaper than the return. Okay,
And
do you know what?
you get to see more places.
You do.
That's what I think is better. So, yeah, my European tour, guys, look out for it.
I'm watching.
I can't say I know where I'm going because I don't know where I'm going.
So tell us about this. By the time this comes out, you will be on your tour. But
Yes.
talk us through.
So my tour starts on Monday.
Okay.
I
So
booked my
Monday
flight
what day is that?
8th.
8th. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I randomly booked my flight 2 days ago.
Yep.
It was a one-way flight.
Of course.
I'm going by myself. It's a solo. It's a solo thing.
Yes.
I love solo travel. Guys, do solo travel. You will never
Yeah.
want to travel with someone again.
Really? I haven't done one yet. I need to do it.
Once you do solo travel, you won't
won't
want to
know.
travel with anyone. Like I'm like solo travel or vacation. I don't know which one I prefer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going. I've kind of figured it out. I know where I'm going on the first part.
Yeah, but you don't know where you're gonna.
No, I've kind of figured it out, but not really. I'm just seeing where has the cheapest. Might take some trains in between places, and then just go.
Wow, I will be watching that. Where are you gonna put it up on your TikTok?
Yeah,
socials,
TikTok, Instagram. The content is going to be contenting. Like, oh, that reminds me, I need to actually order some stuff off Amazon.
Look at you, we're just getting the brains.
No, because
turning.
it's so last minute. I'm literally like trying to pack, trying to do so much, as well as trying to find accommodation for
imagine.
places. I don't have accommodation for the first place I'm going to.
Sorry?
No, I don't
And you're
have
going in like
accommodation.
3 days?
Yeah, I'm going in 3 days. But my thing is, there's always going to be a hotel
There's always
available.
a hotel. You're right. There's always a hotel.
There's always something available, so it doesn't really stress me. And then
It's
yeah,
true. So how long is your tour planned to last for?
I don't know when I'm coming back.
Well, see you when we see you then.
No, but it would like probably be before Carnival.
Okay, cool. So that's a couple of weeks.
Yeah, so I'm
Fine.
saying it's going to be about 3 weeks.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, but I have to fit everything in a carry-on
Yes.
and my Longchamp bag.
Right. We'll be waiting to see this. So can you tell everyone where they can follow you and where they can find you?
Okay, so you can follow me on TikTok and Instagram. I think my Twitter handle is the same as well. Life of Jazz __. Yeah. I post
Amazing.
everything on there. I'm super like transparent, super open. And then in my link in my bio, you can book a travel consultation with me and I'll plan you guys trips.
Amazing. Thank you so much for coming on with us. Everyone, this has been another episode of Pennies to Pounds podcast. Thanks so much, Jazz. And we're back again next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.